Welcome back to Skydog Reviews. I'm glad to see everybody again. What we got today is a little bit different video than I'm used to putting out and you're used to seeing from my channel. This one's going to be a seasonal review, so we're going to be going over my favorite Boston Scally caps for spring or spring releases. So pretty much every cap will see in this video I've reviewed before. So you're looking for more info, you can go dig around my other videos or other resources online. You can go to the Scally Crew on Facebook. There's a group there, the Scally Crew. You can join up there to see some great folks that share pictures of them and their Boston Scally cap and some other caps. And you also have the Boston Scally Insider group on Facebook. Same thing, but this one's run by Boston Scally. And if you join up there, you will get to see similar people enjoying the Boston Scallies out in the wild in different settings. Both great groups. Scally Crew's a little more like, it's a little smaller, so we kind of know each other a little bit better. The Boston Scally Insider's a little larger, so it's, some of the same people you'll see in both, but it's not as small a group as the Scally Crew. But both great resources to go see caps out in the wild. So go see caps in natural sunlight, different locations and settings. So different in opinions too. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. What's a great Scally cap, what's not. I think this Goon cap, the Goon that just came out a few weeks ago, is a fabulous Boston Scally cap. Maybe someone living in Montreal, Canada may not believe the same thing, but anyways, let's get on to review. We're going to skip some of our normal things. Pricing, we're not going to do with. I do have my pricing chart on my homepage, community section tab. You can go get it there if you really want to look it up. But we're going to get kind of right into this. There's a lot of caps to go through, and I'm trying to keep it quick. Start with what's on my head. I'm not traditionally what I call spring cap. It is a wool poly blend, and it's actually on my head from my previous review. Just did the full review on the Goon, so it will probably drop right before this one, so it should be out there and available in the YouTube land. And since the Bruins probably aren't going to be playing deep into the spring, already lost the playoff spot, traded away half their teams. It's not a great spring cap, but still wonderful BSC. But let's get into what Skydog's spring collection. What caps I'd recommend to you to wear during the spring season. So we'll start with one of my favorite materials. Say goodbye to the Goon. And we're going to get into this nice cotton twill Keeper series. It's a nice single panel, beautiful, nice soft cotton twill. One of my favorite fabrics in a Boston Scally cap. This one is considered ice blue. It does have the contrasting brim, which is usually a good call out on all the cotton twill caps. Always have a nice contrasting brim. It does have its own logo artwork of a sailor, the vinyl style, and just a beautiful cap. Great fitting, great wearing cap. This one, I don't wear it quite as often, don't have as much stuff that goes with it, but it kind of ties in with the shirt I'm currently wearing. But it is a great cap. And it comes in, right now, 3 colors. Some of the other colors here, we'll go into the second one. This is a driftwood gray, and this is actually a lighthouse pen. I believe it's from the Cape Cod series, but I decided, well, it is a keeper and the lighthouse, I'll go ahead and put it in. This one is in driftwood gray. It's a little bit of a darker gray. Nice single panel. Again, the inside contrasting brim with the sand, the keeper logo. And lastly in this series is the Midnight Sky. Again, this is your basic black. It does have that contrasting brim, which I love, but it is a nice black single panel Scally cap. Same logo artwork. So the Keeper, great spring cap, probably not good for the middle of summer, but the one panel is a little bit lighter than some of its cousins, which we're going to go through here momentarily. So next in the spring, it's an event like no other. This is a special edition release, not currently available on the website. Possibly see it in the next week or two, as it's coming. The event's coming up really soon. But it is the Master. And you see Master in your traditional kind of Augusta green. They call it, I think, birdie yellow on the brim. Nice contrast there. This is a lighter weight cap. It is built more like a trainer series. So it does have the vent holes. They're not contrasting on this one. But it has this nice little flag. I think I've only seen this, I think on the Bruiser, there's only one or two other caps that carry this little tag. And the red with yellow, kind of a nice call out to Augusta and the Masters. Though I probably can't say that because they don't like it, because they did take out the logo that used to say the Masters in here. That's been taken out probably due to men of the Masters saying, nope, not going to be using our copyrighted images. But as you can see, it's got the tape seam and the vent holes there. So it's a very lighter weight cap. It is a 6-panel, not my favorite style, but you got to wear this time of year, right? Because, you know, this is about the only time of year I really get to wear this cap. It is very nice. It's very lightweight. I'm not a big green person, but I'll wear it during the tournament. So, wonderful cap. You can probably wear it all through the summer because it is, like I said, based on the trainer. But I like to think of it as more of a spring cap. The next in the series, that's another 6-panel. This is another cotton twill series. This one is the Sailor. This is my favorite Sailor. You've probably seen it on my head a few times if you follow me. It has this nice embroidered compass rose. Beautiful cotton twill, nice and soft. It does have its own logo artwork on the old vinyl. And again, like the whole cotton twill series, nice contrasting brim. We'll get it on the head. This one's like a glove. I don't know why. This is probably one of my best fitting 6 panels, if not the best fitting 6 panel. I love this one. This is in Mariner Blue. Very great color too, and that's probably why I wear it more than some of my other ones. Really enjoy this color. But they do have several colors available. I don't have all of them, but I have a lot of them. This one here is the Tide Blue. It's a little lighter blue, almost like a faded jeans kind of blue. It does have its own compass rose in red, the embroidered compass rose. It does have that same contrasting bill, that sandy color, and with its logo in there as well. And then it gets a little complicated. We have the driftwood gray version. So again, nice 6-panel, and it's got its own compass rose. It's got its own like sandy colored contrasting brim and interior. And then the last one I have, there are a few more colors that I don't have, but this is the Salted Copper. And if you're thinking it looks very similar, and it does look very similar, the one I just had up here, the only thing that really tells them apart is you have the this aqua embroidered compass rose and this dark underbill for the Salted Copper. And we'll put them up together, and you can kind of see these are really close. I don't know if being close to the light is going to change that. But man, these, I mean, other than that contrasting brim, they're pretty darn close to the same in color. That being said, if I were to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't buy both of them. I bought them at different times. So sometimes, like I said, you can't tell what color they are until you get them in person. That's why we do these reviews for you folks. This is why. So you kind of know, well, if I was gonna do this all over again, I'd buy one of them, either go by the bill, go by the brim, or actually I do like the compass rose and aqua versus red on this particular color, but they're both great caps. It's just, I don't know if I needed both of them. But that about wraps it up for the 6 panels. Our next cap, one of my favorite, one of the first caps I ever owned from BSCALLY. What we're looking at here, the Captain. So again, we're staying in that cotton twill line, that nice soft cotton twill. Good for about like 2.5, 3 seasons. This one is the Treasure Edition. It's a patchwork, multiple colors, the black, the gray, the khaki, and the like a bluish green. Wonderful cap, great 8-panel construction cap. One of my favorite styles. This one has a sublimated logo, which is a little bit different than the vinyl logos and most of the caps. But it's there, and you got kind of the treasure map kind of built in there with the sublimated logo. Get rid of the Mariner Blue Sailor. We'll get this Treasure Edition on the head. Man, I love the fit. love the fit of these captains. They're just one of my favorite caps. Oh, did I show you the pin? This is a great pin. This one is, it's got the enamel paint in it. The rest of my captains are all the same pin. It's kind of the bronze pin that's available. But the treasure edition is really nice. But let's go through the rest of the captains. So we kind of run into the same problem with these first two. We're going to go, this is the Saltwood Gray. So again, this is, like I said, the pin. It's a little different. It's that kind of, it's almost like an antique bronze. They call it a gold pin. But I really like that one, a little more subdued than the rest of them. I think this one's at the bottom of the pile. That's why it's a little wrinkly. But you have the different interior, like more of a vinyl style artwork. But kind of like the Sailor line, the next cap in the line is the Saltwood Gray. Same pin, like I said, but here we go. We have these ones are even closer. They both have the black interior. Now there's a little more color difference, so that like this salted, I'm sorry, the bronze rum. I was reading the wrong thing. Salted gray, bronze rum. The bronze rum this is my first captain because I couldn't get the black pearl. This is my first captain. I love this one. But man, look how close they are. The bronze rum is a really nice color. And like I said, there's more difference between this and the Sailor variants. And this is more gray. This is more, like I said, a bronzed rum, but not salted copper. That's a Sailor. Boy, I'm losing it today. Anyway, so I can justify this. There's enough of a difference. But like I said, you at home got to make that choice on your own. We'll switch them around, see if you can tell. Is that something that you'd be interested in having both of them? Because like I said, certain lights, it's not really easy to tell them apart. But both fabulous caps. I love the captains. We'll go into another one of my favorites. This is the Topaz Blue. It goes great with blue jeans, especially like faded blue jeans. Same gold pin, same great 8-panel construction, same artwork on the vinyl. This one I don't wear as often, but I do have some shirts that go great with this. This is the Seafoam Green. Same pin, like I said, the light contrasting brim. Same artwork. Another great cap. And then, like I said, this one was the one I wanted to buy first. And, you know, just wasn't available at the time. So it's the Black Pearl. Another Black Boston Scally, some folks would say. But I love it. I love the captain. I love the pin. I love everything about these. I love the way they wear. They're great this time of year, you know, when you're not in like the triple digits or high humidity, you know, they can be a little too warm. But springtime, these are perfect. The fall, these are perfect. Mild winter days, they're perfect. Just a great cap. Like I said, 2.5, 3 season cap. Putting it in the spring, I'll probably put it in the fall series just because it's a great transitional season cap. There's so many colors and variants of this. I think I'm only missing one. There's another green one. I'm just not a big green cap fan, but the captain, what a great cap. All right, we get more into the other spring collections here. This one's already passed, but that may still be available. This is called the Lucky. This is what I'm calling their baseball style. I always refer to it as the Youk styling. The soft cotton is a nice, real soft material, a little softer than your normal cotton caps. Not quite t-shirt material like some of their caps, but it's very soft, very lightweight. The Lucky does have its own pin. It does have its own embroidered shamrock on there. Interior-wise, it has its own artwork with a nice, I call it a Celtic green brim. Let's get it on the head. So yeah, obviously this is a St. Patty's Day release prior to St. Patty's Day. Kind of mid to end of February, getting into March is when they normally release them. They released a few weeks ago. Might still be available on the website. The captain was not available on the website when I checked prior to recording. That's usually like a late spring, summer release, I believe. So you may have to wait a little bit. The There was one sailor, and I believe the keeper was available, but this one is probably still available for a limited time. They do tend to run out after the St. Patty's Day season, but great cap. The vent holes, like I said, does have that thinner liners, the more breathable liner to get to those vent holes. Not quite as breathable like the Masters we looked at based on the trainer, which is directly venting right out the top there in like a lighter weight material. This one is pure cotton, so great cap. And the originator of that for me, at least in my collecting, was the Youk. This one is in cool gray. It's more of an off-white to me. It's got a nice contrasting blue button. It's got the red vent holes. The big call out on this, the embroidery of the baseball stitching on the back left quarter. I mean, it looks beautiful, that stitching there, just like the baseball stitching. Inside, all of them, you're going to see this red, blue plaid, the red headliner band, and then its own custom Youk artwork. Youk is a great cap. Got the original one, I'll show you here in a minute, but man, what a great looking cap, great spring cap. Spring training's about wrapping up, getting ready to go to the regular season. I guess we already had two regular season games if you're a Cubs or Dodgers fan over in Japan, but I think we're just getting ready. The rest of the teams working their way out of spring training, heading back north to start the regular season. But as a Red Sox fan, or even just a baseball fan, these are great caps. This one's pretty, you can pretty much put on with anybody. You just got the nice seams on there. Fabulous cap, great spring weather cap. It vents, kind of like the Lucky. It's got the thin liner. It does vent, just not as good in the heat of summer, although better than wearing a wool poly. So, I mean, it all depends where you are and how hot you get. Texas triple digits, it might be a little warm sometimes. Another version is the one in red, blue button, blue vent holes, great red shirt Friday cap. We do have the same baseball seam embroidery sitting on there. This one I did get the pin for. There was a pin, the Youk pin, as you can see. Great looking pin. Got a little Kevin Youkless, same as the artwork underneath. Great cap. And then the original Youk, or at least my original Youk, was the navy blue one. I really like this one, more traditional Sox cap colors. The brim's still navy, do have the contrasting red vent holes. We do get the seam, still get the artwork, and you still get the red band and the red and blue plaid brim. Fabulous cap. Great being a Red Sox fan with these caps. And Kevin Youkless, everybody, he's a hard worker, a great guy to watch. That guy was amazing when he was playing. Got a couple, I think, World Series with the Sox, or at least one. Just don't remember the timing on him. He might have missed 04, but I think he was there for 07. But these are great caps. Great for this time of year. And that's why I have more. They're not Youks, but we got a Jake. So this is same construction, that same soft cotton. It's in darker gray than that cool gray. You got the red contrasting button, the red vent holes. This one is more of a firefighter's cap. It has the call box key. That's what's based off this, the Jake key. It has a nice red and bright yellow interior with the logo. And you have the pin that matches that logo for the Jake. Great cap, great contrasting brim. Same Youk build and style, so it's a great spring cap. This one, like I said, it's firefighter related. I know in some of our Facebook groups do have some firefighters in there. This is a great cap for them. Kind of represents their heritage, and it represents their community. So this is another great call out cap. And I hope they appreciate it as much as I do, because I really love this cap, and it's in my rotation as we get here into the spring. And like I said, it's just a little different colorway than the Lucky and the Youks. And speaking of different colorways, there's also another special edition, the Irish American Baseball Society. That's a mouthful. I had a hard time fitting that one in a database. Same material, that same soft cotton. You got the call out with the buttons and the white. It's all white with the white vents. It does, like I said, we have a nice pin. You also have embroidery with the baseball diamond and the shamrock in there. Interior's a little brighter. You got the green with that same logo from the pin for the Irish American Baseball Society. And then a nice white contrasting, kind of going with the buttons and the vent holes. Great wearing cap. Just another great spring cap, just a different colorway. It gives you that nice black and white colorway. A little baseball call out as we get into the season, you know, as just like the Youk. Fabulous cap. I love it. It's part of my spring rotation. I'd recommend getting one if they're available. I didn't check the website, but I'm pretty sure they were out last time I checked, so you may have to wait to the re-release. I think it was released during the summer this past year, so you may have to wait a little bit, but keep your eye out. It is a great cap, and if you like the Youk style, you definitely want to get your hands on one if you want one in black. All right, here's the next three are all special release, seasonal releases. The first one just got released again this week, like on a non-Friday release date. This is the Hare. And the Hare's another wonderful 8-panel. It's a wool poly, so it's a little warmer than all the caps I've been looking at. I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a good spring cap, just because it is a little heavier. But from some folks up north, they're still getting some cold weather. Got a nice pin that goes with the Hare. This is a blue and soft gray plaid with pink, according to BSCALLY, and then you got a nice pink interior. Definitely got the pink contrasting brim. You got the same logo artwork on the vinyl, the traditional vinyl artwork, and you got that same Hare logo in there. Get it on the head. Yeah, another great cap. I got this one last year. I believe they're releasing another one tomorrow. If you're watching this video, the Cottontail, and it looked a little different than this one. I think it's going to run the same series though. But the Cottontail's coming out tomorrow. This, I said, just re-released this past week, I think on Tuesday. So it's hopefully still on the website if you want to go get it now. Wore it for Easter last year. I don't think I brought it on a cruise, but it's a good cap. Little more of the spring colorway with the pink. I have a shirt that has a little pink in it that I can wear it with. So another great cap for the spring season, although you probably don't want to get this one too much warmer. I think April's probably about the end of the line for most of my wool poly blends. So next cap. All right, this next cap is not currently on the website, but should be releasing by the end of April, if not the middle of April, because this one is the Derby. So it's a call out for the Kentucky Derby. And we got that pin with the horseshoe and the roses. A nice blue and white seersucker. You know, this is a nice lightweight cap, very lightweight cotton. Does have the contrasting navy blue button. No vent holes or anything, but it's just a lighter weight fabric, so it does wear a little bit lighter. Interior, you get this nice navy blue brim. You got that same artwork, like I said, on that vinyl artwork of the Derby for the Kentucky Derby. Kind of goes along with the pin. Love this cap. Now, as like I said, I had some relatives that really enjoyed going to watch the races. So this always reminds me of my aunt and uncle when I do don these caps. But again, it should be releasing prior to the Kentucky Derby. So that's the first Saturday in May. So they usually be out, I think, by at least the end of April, if not the middle of April. So keep your eyes out. If you want a Derby, they don't last long. They don't last long through the season. I wanted one. I saw it on the website, and I had to wait to re-release. It's not one that they're going to restock during the year. This is basically a one-time-a-year release. So if you want the Derby, you need to get on it when it releases. I actually pre-signed up for it last year, so I got notified when it released, and I was able to buy it, get it in the cart prior to it opening up for the whole group. So great cap. And its kind of companion cap was new last year. This is the Triple Crown. This probably is what really got me into the patchwork. I wasn't a big patchwork guy prior to this cap. Lovely construction. It's lighter weight, very similar to the Kraken or even the Caddy series. Again, Caddy series is more of a summer weight cap for me, so that will probably be in my next seasonal video. But man, look at these colors, the dark blue, the navy blue, you get a brown, you get this light plaid, and then you get this gray and blue plaid. Wonderful cap. It's got its own pin for the Triple Crown. Again, big horse racing thing, and since it does represent the Triple Crown, not the Kentucky Derby, this has to kind of go transition from spring to summer. Love this cap. I love the logo. I love that color blue. Goes with a lot of stuff I own. And that's probably why I got it. And then I started slowly getting into the patchworks. But man, this is an awesome cap. I've worn it down in Florida visiting my family. I think I wore it on the airplane. Like I said, definitely wear it on the Triple Crown weekends, except for the Derby on Derby Day. Great cap, great spring cap, nice lightweight. And like I said, this one you can transition into the summer, a lot like the Masters. It's designed at a lighter weight and for more warmer weather. Let's see, I think that is it for my spring cap recommendations. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, all these caps have been reviewed, so if you're looking for further information, you can go to those other reviews to get more in depth on them. Also, those two Facebook groups, the Scally crew and then the Boston Scally Insider Facebook groups. A lot of great information there. Good place to ask questions and great place to see new caps. But that about wraps it up for this review. Hope you enjoy. Have a great spring season coming up. Not so much for the Bruins, unfortunately, but hopefully you have a great spring season. We'll see you next time on Skydog Reviews. Have a great day.